Welcome to this meditation on clearing out your trust vibration. Tonight, you're going to look at energies that may be affecting your ability to trust. This could be trusting yourself and the decisions that you make, or it could be trusting others. There can be so many layers to this, so you might already be feeling activated and we haven't even started. So let's get going so we can release some energies right away that might be lighting up for you in your body. And then we'll move on to the energy of actually clearing your trust vibration. So if you're used to my meditations, we always get our bodies grounded first, and then we move on to actually clearing the topic. So go ahead and take a couple deep breaths, relax, close your eyes, feel into your space and settle in. Notice where you're holding energy in your body right now. Take a couple more deep breaths and relax. Make sure your back is straight, your feet flat on the floor and your chin level. It'll be much easier to release energies if you're not laying down where you might fall asleep, or if your legs are crossed where you can't release because your legs are crossed or your arms are crossed. So if it's possible, sitting straight up with your feet about hips width apart, flat on the floor is best. If you have a current grounding cord, if you know what that is and you're used to creating a grounding cord on your body, I'll have you move forward and go ahead and release that and create a new one in present time. If you are not familiar with what a grounding cord is, it's a visual you use to connect your body to the planet. You can imagine following your spine down to the base of your spine. And from that point, it's close enough to your root chakra. If you imagine, you can create like a hollow tube that kind of plugs in at the base of your spine. It's a creative visual that you'll make that attaches at the base of your spine and goes down through the floor beneath you, down through the rocks and the layers of the planet. And without overthinking it, visualize that hollow tube plugging into the center of the planet. And if it's hard to create, if you're not used to doing it, it can take a while, but you can get really fast at it too. So again, without overthinking it, just make sure you have that line of energy that connects your physical body to the planet. This also connects your spiritual body to your physical body, and it gives you a way to release energies that are going to light up for you tonight. Through this meditation, as well as daily. So I have a grounding cord on my body every single day. And if I'm doing a lot of healings, or if I've been out and been busy, I'll change my grounding cord a couple times in a day, just to make sure that I am clearing more energy. All right, once you have that connection in the planet, see if you can widen your grounding cord out to about your hips width. So it'll be a visual of widening it out to your hips width, and it's going to be as wide in the middle as it is in the center of the planet. And that grounding cord works with gravity. So the wider the grounding cord, the more ease and more space you'll have energies that are able to release out of your body and aura. Those are energies I'll start to call out for you to you right now. So tuning into your body, where are you holding on to energy right now that might be already activated around the trust vibration? Maybe for some of you, you've had your trust completely broken, and could have started when you were a child. So you might be really activated. Tightness in your throat, your chest, your stomach. Wherever you're feeling that energy, go ahead and have the thought that gravity can pull it out of your body, down your grounding cord, all the way to the center of the planet, where that energy gets recycled. Don't forget to breathe. One of my go-to energies that I love to release every day is stress. It's a stressful planet. So, and it can be from from anywhere. It could even be other people's stress that you've collected up in your space. So wherever you're feeling stress, go ahead and release it. You might feel stress in your jaws, your shoulders, your back. Release any fears that you may be feeling right now. Tune in and see, are you holding on to demands? Maybe you had a demanding day. Maybe you have a boss who puts a lot of demands in your space, or a partner. Wherever you're feeling demands, or if you're holding on to that, allow it to release down the grounding cord. And if you're holding on to any fatigue, release fatigue. And I'm going through these vibrations pretty quickly, so you can always go back and do this for yourself again. And I suggest that you do, because it's very cleansing to get this energy that's collected up in your space out of your body, out of your aura, down into the center of the planet. So you don't have to hold on to it. All right. Whenever you release, you need to replenish. So imagine above your head, about 6 inches, you have a warm golden sun sitting right above your head. And this is the vehicle or the tool you're going to use to collect up your energy from wherever you've left it, because we leave energy everywhere we go, in situations, in conversations, electronically, in grocery stores, in our car. It can be very depleting if you don't use a tool to collect your energy back and bring it into your body. So visualizing a very large warm golden sun above your head, and still with your eyes closed, have the thought that your energy, wherever you've left it, say over the past week, can flow into the sun above your head. You could have the thought or just postulate it's coming back to you. You could also see it as a vibration, like a color, a vapor, colorful strings. So wherever you've left it, 360 degrees, imagine that your energy can collect or be called back into that sun above your head. And when you feel like you've collected up your energy, go ahead and bring that sun in through the top of your head. You're going to bring that energy all the way into your body, where it starts to flow into your toes, your feet, your lower legs, up your legs, up your thighs, your torso, saturating all your cells and organs. Flow some down to your fingertips and then up through the top of your head. If you don't do this balancing, where you're just releasing or you're just replenishing, or you haven't collected your energy and brought it back to you in a while, I suggest that you, going forward, you may need to use more than one sun in order to collect your energy, especially if you've been traveling, you've been in planes, you've been at concerts or big venues. Remember to collect your energy back up and bring it into your body. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on the topic tonight, which is clearing out your trust vibration. In order to read energy clairvoyantly, you need a place to view this information to be able to heal it. So if you're regular to my meditations, just be patient while I explain it to anybody who could be new. I'll go through it pretty quickly. In order to look at energy, you need a place to view it. So about a foot out in front of your head, imagine with your eyes closed that you can create a white blank screen that's about a foot tall, a foot wide. It's your very own private viewing screen. The great thing about using a screen out in front of you is that you can look at energies outside of your body. So whatever you look at in a symbol on your screen, which I'll walk you through in a moment, It actually translates to releasing energy off your body. And the beautiful thing is it gives you some separation from that energy. So where tonight's topic could be very lit up for you, at least you have some space. You might feel it activate in your body. So you always have a grounding cord. If you're feeling energies light up for you as we start to clear the trust vibration, know that you can release it down the grounding cord on your body. And you'll also be releasing it off of a symbol on your screen. So create that screen, and to the base of the screen, just attach a hollow tube that goes down from the base of the screen down into the center of the planet. That's also a grounding cord, but it'll also help keep that screen in place. Sometimes when we go to clear energies, they don't want to be cleared, so the screen can move or a symbol can move. So it's really important to ground the screen. And I'll tell you that I always have a screen out in front of me, so I can be anywhere and I can access my screen. So you don't have to look at it. I'm not looking at it if I don't need to look at it, but I could be out hiking and I might want to look at an energy and I could just know that my screen is there and put a symbol on it. So the more you use this, the more access you have and the more fun it is. You can look at energy anytime. All right, in order to be able to look at the trust vibration, I'd like you to imagine that you can create on that screen a clear rose. And that clear rose is going to be the container that holds the energy of your trust vibration. So as you create that clear rose, have the thought that it holds your vibration on trust. And you might already see it as it's coming into your awareness, that it's already full of textures and colors. For some of you, it may be very high and bright because you have a lot of trust. But for others who have had a lot of trauma, pain, betrayal, it may be very activated, very full of dark textures and colors that are just like, yuck, that does not look good. So in order to start releasing that energy, again, from the base of the rose, create a hollow tube or a grounding cord that plugs into the base of the rose and goes down through the layers of the planet, plugs into the crystalline core so that that can start working with gravity to pull energies out that you want to release out of your trust vibration. So to begin, be neutral, especially if it's really gummed up. If you've never cleaned this and you have a lifetime, you could have a lot of gunky energy in there from issues around trust your lifetime or where people have let you down. So whatever you see that you know doesn't belong, it's a dark texture, color, something that you do not have an affinity for. All you have to do is say hello to that symbol, that rose, and those textures, and allow gravity to start pulling it out down the grounding cord and into the center of the planet. Again, if you're activated, you're really lit up, like you're feeling a tightening in your body, you can't breathe, you feel nauseous, breathe and release that energy out of your physical body down through your grounding cord and into the center of the planet. Okay, I want to start with, especially for some of you who have had trust broken in unspeakable ways. I want you to be really patient with yourself and be kind to yourself as you release this energy. Holding on to any anger that's behind it can make you sick. So if you're really feeling activated when we get to a vibration that I'm going to call out to look for and clear, know that that stuff that at some point has to come out of your body, because if you've had your trust broken in pretty big ways and you don't have at least some forgiveness for yourself or others, that's energy that you hold on to, and it can create discomfort, illness, or disease. That's what happened to my mom. Trust was broken with my dad, and she could never forgive him, and it killed her. So let's not go down that route. All right. So to begin with, having some forgiveness for yourself and others, I want you to take a look at that rose and ask it to show you any energy where you're holding on to fear about being able to trust other people. So that fear could be, well, if I trust, my trust will be broken, or people aren't trustworthy. So whatever's lighting up for you or in that rose, say hello to it. Literally, like say, hello, I see you, and allow it to release. And now look at that rose for any energy about not being able to trust your decisions. It could be you had a controlling parent who didn't let you make your own decisions. They felt they needed to make them for you. So as you grew up, you had doubts about your ability to make good decisions. So trusting yourself to make good decisions. So whatever shows up in that rose, release it down the grounding cord. Make sure it goes all the way to the center of the planet. And again, I'm going to go through these pretty quickly because this is a 30-minute meditation. So you can go back and work this again, or maybe other energies come up for you to look at that I don't mention. Moving forward, I want you to look in this rose for partners. If you had a past partner or a current partner who doesn't trust you, and not for any reason other than they just don't trust themselves, so they don't trust you. So where if you have a partner or past partners where there was a lack of trust, justified or not, please look to see if any of that energy is in this rose and release it. Okay. And look in this rose, and this is highly charged. So for some of you who have had your physical space um, invaded, we'll say, your boundaries invaded by someone either when you were young, or it could be anytime, right? If you've had a trauma related to someone who crossed boundaries and you lost your trust in being with someone or trust in people, it's probably really lit up for you right now. So breathe, release it out of your physical body, and whatever's showing up in that rose, go ahead and say hello to it and allow it to release down the rose, down the grounding cord out of the rose. if there was a particular person who crossed boundaries, look for their, like, literally their energy, like them in as a person in this rose. And if you see them in there, send them down the grounding cord. um, it's just a way to decharge their energy out of your space if you have not been able to release them or forgive them. I'm not saying you have to forgive them, but having some forgiveness is a way to let go of what's making it stick in your space. So if you see that person or people, go ahead and release them out of the space as well. If you have um, any past relationships where there was betrayal that you just can't move past, where you lost your trust, um, look for the energy of betrayal and where that's affecting your trust vibration, and say hello to anything that lights up and release it. Doesn't have to be a current partner, or person. It could be way back, way back in your past. And you know, when an energy sticks in your space, say somebody, like say a partner betrayed you and you couldn't get past it, and then you may have a series of relationships where you get more betrayal in because you haven't cleared it. Remember, it just is like a magnet to energy in your aura where there's that energy of betrayal, and it's crazy how you start vibrating in that until you're able to clear it. So that's why I suggest going back and working this again with anything else, any other energy that you know is affecting your trust vibration. If you've had any business dealings with people currently or in the past where your trust was broken, go ahead and look for that energy in the space and release it down the grounding cord. I'm going to say here too, remember, life is about lessons and energy, and sometimes we can think, why did that happen? But a lot of times we uh, bring in experiences for our growth. So instead of looking at things as a victim or it's a problem, try and look at it like, what's the lesson here and what can I clear and move on and move through. Keep the lesson, but let go of the energy that's held around it, whether it's betrayal or trust or on any topic. All right. These last couple are kind of highly charged because there's so much happening on the planet right now. So if you've lost any of your trust in humanity because of what's going on, that will keep you stuck. We have to really create the energy in our aura for where we want to vibrate. So if you've lost trust in humanity and you're starting to feel like, not doom and gloom, but maybe a heavier energy vibration that doesn't feel good, whatever that looks like to you in your rose, release it. And if you feel it in your body, release that as well. We are actually pretty resilient beings on this planet. So having some trust and faith that we can get that back, and you can control your environment by releasing this energy would be great. So whatever you see, release it. Okay, and the very last energy, look for an energy that comes between you and having trust in source, vertical, whatever you'd like to call it, divinity, supreme being, God, whatever your higher source, whether you pray or just have that feeling. But oftentimes we can get kind of knocked off our path and we lose that trust and faith in something greater. And that can really sink us. So look for any energy in your rose that comes between you and having trust and faith in something higher, a bigger calling, or whatever that looks like for you. So look in that rose, whatever you see, say hello to it and release it down the grounding cord. There can be so many situations that throw us off our path. Maybe you got programmed or you were with somebody who said, oh, don't believe in that, whether it was a religious or a spiritual practice you had. So we don't want anything to come between us and our own practice, our own spiritual practice, whatever's right for us, just because it's not right for someone else. But you can be programmed to not trust or not to believe. So remember, that's where you get to choose your path forward. Okay. Let's go ahead and fill this space in. I know it's a quick meditation. Most of these are, but at least it gives you something to focus on, another energy to keep cleaned out of your space so that you can keep moving forward. All right. In order to replenish the space and raise the vibration above the symbol on your screen, above that rose, create the image of a large, warm, golden sun. And you're going to add some vibrations into that sun before you bring it into the rose. You can add whatever you want into that. You see them as words written in gold or just as thoughts or postulates. But you could add some energies into that rose, like trust and faith and self-love and joy, whatever that is to you that you want to raise that trust vibration back in with. Go ahead and watch those words written in gold or as a vibration flow into that sun above the rose. And when you're ready, you're going to bring that gold energy and all those vibrations in through the top of the rose and saturate that rose completely. So every petal from the center all the way out to the edges is brought up to gold. And in order to clear that picture off your screen, to the right of your rose, create a gold bubble. Slide that rose into the gold bubble. Pop the bubble with an imaginary pin and let that energy just disperse. You really don't want to keep symbols hanging out on your screen. So whatever you work on your screen, make sure that you clear it off when you're done working on it. And now it's time to fill yourself in. So above your head, create the visual of a large, warm, golden sun. And think about where you want to set your energy for the month ahead. You might want to put some more of those energies that you filled your trust vibration in with. So trust and faith and love and anything really. Where do you want to vibrate for the month ahead? Because remember, whatever you put in that sun and fill in with, it's going to fill your body, your chakras. It's going to vibrate out into your aura, and that's what you're going to attract back. So it's always really important to fill that sun up with a lot of really yummy vibrations that you want to vibrate at, and do it multiple times through the month or every day. So fill that sun in with a bunch of high vibrational energies. And when you're ready, bring that sun in through the top of your head. And again, let that gold energy and all those vibrations flow down your body into the tips of your toes, saturating all the cells up your legs, cells and organs in your torso, down your arms to your fingertips. You can allow some of that to flow up to the top of your head and even spill some of it out of the top of your head. You can even send some of that gold down the grounding cord to the center of the planet. So you're grounded with all those vibrations in that gold from the center of the planet to the top of your head. And when you're ready, take a couple of deep breaths, open your eyes and come out of trance. Well, thank you for being here in this meditation, and I wish you a great month ahead. Good night.